we are out here with my boy Landon and my boy Gabe back there. Just out cruising around, getting some clips for the YouTube. Today, it's gonna be 5 things I love about this car. First thing, and this video is gonna be way easier than the 5 things that I hate about this car. That video was extremely hard. That's cool. But the first thing is gonna be the sound. Man, don't that sound good? Man, I just love the way this car sounds. It sounds so good. And that'll be the very first thing that... Hold on, what's this guy doing? I don't know where he's going, but... I've done quite a bit of exhaust work to this. It still sounded really good factory, don't get me wrong. But I wanted it louder. It's a 6.4 liter V8 Hemi, so it's gotta be loud. So it's got no cats, no mid muffler, and no rear mufflers. In my eyes, that is the perfect exhaust setup for this car. Some people say X-pipe, some people say... That sounds good. Some people say X-pipe, some people say don't, so it's kind of a toss-up there. Now, it is extremely loud, as you guys just heard, because it does have no cats. So the cops really don't like it. You know, everybody else I talk to, they love it. Yeah, man, does this 6.4 sound good? And that actually brings us into the next thing, being the 6.4, the engine. So this is my 6.4 liter V8. It makes about 500 horsepower, and I think the exact torque number is like 475. So about 500 horsepower, about 500 torque, give or take. Mine is pretty much stock. I haven't really touched the power of this car because honestly, 500 horsepower in this car is plenty. For some people, it's actually too much. The power of this vehicle is absolutely amazing. The power delivery with all that torque is absolutely amazing. When you step on the gas, it just sucks you into the seat. It is absolutely insane. This is the probably fastest car I've ever owned. If not the fastest, one of the fastest cars that I've ever driven in.
Right
so, speaking...
We got an airball. No supercharger.
Go ahead, Landon. All right, so speaking of the 6.4, real quick, I want to talk about the reliability of this car. This car has been great on reliability. I've only done a few things like the catch can and a 180 thermostat. The catch can is probably the most important. The 180 is not a big deal, but I do a lot of track racing, so I need the 180 because it does get hot. I've also changed out the oil from the Pennzoil Mopar fluid to AMSOIL for better heat protection and stuff, and that goes for the differential. I have 75, 190, and the engine, it's only, you know, the 0W40. I've heard people go up to 540, but I'm not too sure about the 540. I've heard good and bad things about it. Some people say it's really good for heat protection. Some people say it's not good for your engine at all. So I got to do more research on that. It does get pretty abused at the track. And the transmission is the factory Mopar transmission fluid as well. So I have not changed that out. I don't think I will ever change that out because I haven't found any other good fluid to put in it that people recommend. So that is the reliability. Car has been great. I've had no problems. I have 97,000 miles on it. I abuse it at the track, daily drive it every day. I would say I've got my money out of the car. Moving on to number 3, has got to be the thing that I'm sitting in right now, these seats. These seats on this car feel amazing. I had a 2010 STI hatchback before this, and that was probably the biggest complaint about that car was the seats were super uncomfortable. The angle that you sat at was really hard to shift. It actually took a really long time to get used to that car and the seating position. This car, I absolutely have no complaints about the seat. This is probably one of the most comfortable seats that I've sat in. Now, these are the Alcantara in leather seats. I believe these came as a package. You have the full leather, the Alcantara in leather, and then the cloth seats as well. I have not sat in the full leather, but I've sat in the cloth seats, and I can confirm that they are not as comfortable as these ones. And I love these ones, so they're extremely comfortable. There's really not much else I can say about them, it's just that they're comfortable. For the next thing, I'm going to be talking about the looks of this car. Just take a look at it. I think Dodge did a great job with all the body lines on this car from the factory. You got the hood scoop up there, front bumper looks great. You got this nice C cup going down the driver and passenger door. Little spoiler in the back, optional sunroof up, makes it look a little bit more aggressive. The tail end, I love these lights. These lights look amazing in my opinion. I have some tint right here and up there to make it kind of pop a little bit more. It's got a little C shape going on it. But I think this car looks amazing from the factory. I have the option to blackout package for the wheels. They're not black anymore, they're changed the color of them. And then I also added these window rain guards right here. I love the front look and the side profile of this vehicle. Now there are little things that you can do to enhance the looks of it, like you can add a front splitter, you can add side skirts, a rear diffuser, a wing. So there's a bunch of stuff you can add to it to make it look, you know, just that much better. You can also lower it. It's got a little bit of a rake to it, if you can see that. But yeah, there's little things that you can do. I haven't touched it too much because I really do like the look of the exterior the way it is from the factory. Another thing I want to say about I guess as being part of the looks is the paint job. All the factory paint colors from Dodge look amazing in my opinion. I have the pitch black, which is probably one of my favorites, and probably number 2 is probably Destroyer Gray. Both of those colors look absolutely amazing. They do have some really vibrant, really beautiful exterior colors for these cars. I would say Dodge did a very good job at picking and choosing the colors that they wanted on these cars. I have seen some crazy Dodges that have really, really nice colors. I would add that into there as well as being a part of the like looks and all that stuff. Is like the exterior colors look amazing. Oh! This guy's about to do launch control. Hell yeah. What?
Wasn't bad for an egg.
Look at them all the way down there.
5.8 seconds.
Yo, this car's in limp mode. It's not fair. And it's just so pretty out here. It's extremely nice day out. It's not super sunny and it's not like too cold either. It's a little chilly though. Very beautiful. Me and the boys are just cruising on this beautiful day. So the last thing on the list of the 5 things that I love is probably going to be just the way this car drives. And I can't really explain it, so I'm going to try my best. But this car weighs, I believe, 4,250, basically 4,300 pounds. But it doesn't really feel like a 4,300 pound car. Gabe's car, which is that BMW up there, this car weighs a little bit more than mine. This car handles so well. When I go out to the track, the way it goes around corners is just, I mean, you wouldn't think that this car could do what it could do. There was cars that I was beating out on the track that I probably shouldn't have been beating. Now, it could have been driver mod, but I was also on my drift tires, my burners basically. So, you know, they weren't a track rated tire or anything. And that also ties into the seats. These seats keep you in place so well. I've pulled well over a G out of this car, and which is insane for this big boat, basically. I don't care if I, you know, call it a boat. I just think it's funny. The seats, they just hug extremely well. This guy's causing all sorts of ruckus up there. Pretty bumpy. Now another reason that it probably feels so good is because because of the steering wheel. It has an electronic system in it to change how stiff it gets or loose it gets. So in eco mode, it's like really loose, and then in track mode, it's extremely stiff, which is what I have it in right now. And in track mode, that was another reason I didn't really like the STI, was because the steering feel was extremely loose. In this car, it is tight. My buddy Dustin, he has a Ford Focus RS, and he probably has the best steering I've felt in a car. And this is pretty close to what that feels like. Just makes the driving experience so much more engaging. I really just can't describe it. You're gonna have to, if you don't own one of these cars, test drive one or something. I promise you, it's amazing what this big car can do at the track, and just in driving in general. It's a very fun platform. Now, it being a fun platform, it's also kind of dangerous if put in the hands of the wrong person. This car makes 500 horsepower, like I stated earlier in the video, almost, and about 500 foot-pounds of torque. That's pretty aggressive power for somebody that doesn't know what they're doing to, have fun with. Now, I've been driving this car for well over a year now. I've been to countless track days, spirited driving events, to where I can enjoy the car. So I've got a good grasp of what it can and cannot do. But another thing I would like to mention on why this car drives so good is these brakes. It comes with 4-piston Brembos up front, and I believe 2 in the rear. The Hellcats in the actual 392, SRT 392, those both come with 6-piston. And then my buddy's wide body Challenger style that he has, those come with 6-piston as well. The brakes are freaking amazing. Oh my gosh, they stop so hard. And this is a big, heavy car, and they are very good at slowing this car down fast. On the track, I experience very little brake fade. If I'm really aggressive on the brakes and just jabbing them, yes, I will, definitely get some brake fade. But it's really manageable. It's not bad. The brake fluid doesn't overheat. It doesn't get super hot or anything like that. So the brakes are absolutely amazing. I mean, every time I stop and like somebody cuts me off or somebody pulls out in front of me and I got to slam on the brakes, I always say Brembo commercial, because they're just so good that whatever, I just did that I needed to stop super fast for could have been in a Brembo commercial. But the brakes are amazing. I have no complaints about them whatsoever. They are expensive to replace, but that comes with the price of owning a car like this. Things get expensive, especially when things break, especially when you're out beating on them like I do. Recording me, recording you?
Get away. Ow!
I will.
You just hit me. Whoa. What the language? So guys, today we're gonna talk about how broke I am, plus how broke in my BMW is. Hey, she still revs though.
Still sound good though. I just want to point this out. $6.40 for gas. What is this, California?
Oh my god.
Oh my Lord.
Boonies.
But anyways, if you guys enjoyed the video, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, drive careful, and I will catch you in the next one. All right, y'all. Later.